Good evening, everybody. This is your Fleet Commander Steve Parley. I'm joined tonight with Jeffrey Higdon, Communications Chief, Colonel Richard Sear, ORIC of the 10th Brigade, Fleet Captain John Hurdy, the Vampire across the pond, Drew Mariner, and Sean Durr of the USS Russell Camp. Greetings, everybody. Welcome. I've had some people ask me to say something, so on behalf of the Commander Starfleet's office and on behalf of the executive committee, we would like to give our condolences on the loss of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II to all of our international members. We know that this is a big hit for a lot of you, and we will keep you guys in our prayers. It's hard, but I got to watching a documentary on her on Netflix. It's called The Crown. If you've not ever seen it, I would watch it. It's really, really good. It talks about how she became the monarch. It talks about how her father ascended to the throne after her uncle stepped aside. It's really, really good. Seems pretty accurate, too. But again, our condolences to all of our United Kingdom and other commonwealths out there that the Queen was in charge of. We got to have our condolences.
All right.
So, evening, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight?
Pretty good. Sean's not awake yet.
John's never awake. I mean, John comes out of a coffin once or twice a night.
Well, yeah.
Something like that.
Considering I work nights, so to come over here, I don't sleep for my daytime.
Well, Drew, it's good to see you actually looking like a human being again. You got a haircut. I'm proud of you.
You're on new medication.
Drew.
I said Sean.
You said Drew.
You said Drew.
You need to check your speakers. I'm the commander of Starfleet. I said Sean.
Just because you're drunk doesn't mean you didn't say the wrong name.
I do not drink. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I've got a new
Okay,
medication.
Mr. Ossifer, I don't need any more beers.
It does help. Ossifer, I don't need any more beers. However, if you have a scotch, I'll take it.
Right? A scotch would be really good right now.
I got the good stuff, buddy. Sing them on.
I have to check what I've got. I know somebody gave me a $120 bottle of scotch though.
Last year at Tori's birthday party, Steve took one sniff of my scotch, and he goes, "Oh, that's some strong stuff."
Hey, Steve, can you share this to?
That's proper stuff, you mean?
What now?
Can you share this to the Commander Starfleet page? We lost credits again.
It doesn't show. You can't while you're in.
Not while you're on a show, you can't.
Yeah, you can. There's one.
You can just slap it in there, but
Fine.
It's good to hear, Jeff.
Yes, it is good to hear from me. Am I good or not? No.
yes, and Jeffrey is quick to go dancing like Fred Astaire.
Yeah, I can't do it while we're in the middle.
No,
of the
I'll hurt my knees again.
So, anything good throughout the fleet?
Yep.
Yes, I hear you don't have any broken knees or legs. That's good, Jeff.
Yeah. Got cleared by my orthopedic surgeon today.
I said years ago that you should be probably putting a plastic bubble, so you quit hurting.
Yeah, I remember 16 being rolling around because everybody was afraid I was fainting.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you were the one that pushed me.
I did. I had to push you all over the place.
Until we found that secret way across the roof. The last day we were there.
Yes, that was nice. Now you gonna lie. You go right across the roof to the other side.
Yeah, well.
Oh, well. So, I've been asked about. So everybody knows that there's certain people that come out during election time.
Oh, yeah.
You don't see them any other time but election time. Not saying who,
Oh, I know exactly who you're saying.
We're not saying who, but these people are only come out because they live to stir the shit pot or crap pot, however you want to say it. But I mean, I've had people try to put allegations on me. They can do what they want. I'm a bigger person. I ain't gonna fight with them. I know the truth, and I ain't gonna bend over and kiss anybody's rear about it. My time is almost up, and the people that want to complain and throw a fit and say, well,
Yeah.
they did this, please put your name in the pot next time and run for Commander Starfleet.
No.
You could think you could do
No.
it better.
You need to stay around in order to place your name in the pot.
That's
and
right.
That person is one that refuses to stay the
Yeah.
3 required years.
But they only come around every once in a while. There's few. Haven't seen the other one so far yet, but I've seen one. It's a shame some people just live to nitpick. So
Well,
I don't care.
Haters gonna hate, Steve. There's nothing you can say about it.
I don't care about
If
that
it's-
person. And if you want to sling garbage, please call me on the telephone. Because
All right, I'll call you.
I know you would, fucker. Because I've done.
you won't sling as bad as this one guy does. I know who he's talking
No,
I
because-
won't swing
no,
bad
because-
stuff. I'll just help him plan the recovery.
No, you're right,
Right.
Jeff, because I have more class than this person.
Well, I about what was it 10, 12, I think 12 years ago, this guy was really good. I mean, he wasn't that way. But after he lost the election, and I'm not going to name any names, he left. And then 3 years later, he comes back and runs again.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of us thought that was, I'm going to say it since this is a PG, what was it, 14?
No,
Or are we R-rated?
we're R-rated.
We're R-rated.
There we go.
We're TV 18. Does that mean I can cuss?
Yes, you can cuss.
Okay. There were a bunch of us
Colorful
that
metaphor.
were tired of his shit. And that is the reason why we now have a 3-year requirement to run for Commander Starfleet. You have to be a member for 3 years minimum in order to run. And that carries over to the vice commander as well, even though it's not implied.
That's fair.
He's the reason, if this is the guy you're talking about.
I've noticed a couple of them out there trying to sling the trash.
I don't
But he's
care.
the worst.
It's whatever. I mean, I've done what I
Well-
wanted to do. I've got the fleet fixed. I got it ready for the next administration coming in. It's going to be a smooth transition. So he can sling all he wants. I'm going to retire in just a few months. I'm going to concentrate on my chapter, concentrate on my region, and I'll be more active in the Corps, and hasta luego. I ain't gonna have to listen to it.
Well,
Well, there are those that simply live to cause problems.
yeah. We've
That guy
always
was-
had it.
Actually,
We've
had
always had it.
Can't escape them anywhere.
No,
Yeah,
you can't. But I would really welcome to have this guy come on live stream.
Yeah, whoever you are, come on the show right now. Hit us up.
Yeah.
Does his name start with E?
No,
I'll
we're not
send-
gonna.
I'll
We're not
send
gonna
an
answer.
invite if you want him to.
No. Just don't. No names, no initials.
I,
Just like
the
that.
only way, the only way, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the only way to fix the minor problems in the fleet that are the ones that really cause the biggest burrs
Mhm.
for the people on the bottom is for all of us to get together and work together and make it a stronger, better, more fun organization.
This is true.
It has nothing to do with what's going on top. It's there's too many people on the bottom that think they belong on top.
Right. Exactly. There are a lot of us that have worked very hard to be members. Believe it or not, it takes a lot of effort to volunteer for this organization. And why do we volunteer? I'll tell you why, and I know Steve knows the answer right now. We love the fleet. We love
Oh, I
Starfleet.
thought you
We
were
love
going to
the
say
members.
we were insane.
Well, that has to be a part of it. That has to be a part of it. Yeah.
Well, you need a catalyst to get to where you just love the fleet.
Most of us are
Right.
vampires and don't sleep.
My catalyst was I was finally sick and tired of that good old boys club. It completely,
I was too.
it completely done me in. I'm like, that's it. I'm running.
The funniest thing that ever happened to me for running for either the regional coordinator's office or that was called that I was called out as being a member of the Good Old Boys Network. I'm going, what? Hell no.
I'll be right back.
And I look at the name who sent it, and he was the leader of the Good Old Boys Network in the region at the time I ran. So
Well, that makes tons of sense.
yes.
Yeah.
He was the one reason why I ran. One of the reasons. The other reason was
Yeah.
I got tired of everybody quitting every 6 months to a year. Jim never quit, but there was another thing he did, which I think I ended up doing the last few months, and that's not giving a damn. And that was wrong to begin with.
We've been pretty lucky.
Yeah.
Since February, the Central Florida area of Region 2 has been stretching itself to work together. We're doing events, we're doing things, we're reaching out, we're helping with projects if necessary.
I'm back.
But the thing is, we're having more fun because nobody's playing this. Oh well, your guys are this. Oh, you guys are this. Oh, you got. It's hey, check this out. Let's give it a shot.
You know what I just realized?
What's that?
I have exactly. Hang on.
He's counting the days.
No.
He's probably counting the freaking minutes.
Seconds.
Tenths of a second.
I have exactly 4 EC meetings left, and I have 1 AB meeting left. That's it.
We're gonna have an EC meeting.
We have 4 EC meetings left, and 1 AB meeting. I know it's for some people it's there's a few people on the board I've ruffled their feathers. Not gonna say who. Always try to be the bigger person, but I do want to publicly say out there to everybody now, I do appreciate all members of the board. It's been a pleasure to work with you guys. It's been a pleasure to create policy and to bring in the organization as to where it is now, because we're a lot better off than we were 3 years ago, 110%. But it's been a pleasure to work with each of our board members. You know what I just realized?
It's the chair. I thought a kid was behind him. What did you just realize?
We're not airing in anything.
Yeah, we only have 2 more CQs.
We are airing on YouTube. We're airing on
Two different channels on YouTube.
Yeah, we're not even on
we're on the Russell Camp and the SFI printer page that we have, because the members only and we're on both YouTube pages though.
I'm trying come on. All right, I fixed it. Now we're active in all members only in Commander Starfleet. But I mean, and something else, the board members, they've been great. But the real heroes, the unsung heroes, is the executive committee. They are the officers of the officers of the corporation. We literally deal day in and day out of anything and everything that pops up. And I mean, I can't say enough about my executive committee. They've been an outstanding team. There's been a few shakeups. We've had to replace and bring some new people in, and but I'm thankful for everybody. I'm thankful for Linda Olson. She served on the first leg of my administration. She was great. We have Cindy Finkenbeiner now. She is wonderful. And then we had TJ Allen step up as Chief of Educational Services. So it's been a big pleasure to work with these people because they helped us. They helped me run the organization. If it wasn't for them, we would not be where we are now. And then two special shout outs to two very special people. One of them actually drove all the way down from northern Michigan to escort me to the Region 1 Summit, my aide de camp, Brigadier Antonio DeAngelis, and then I believe it's Commodore Kevin Plummer. These two gentlemen have been my right hand. We've had late nights of discussion on stuff happening in the fleet. They've been my advisors. They've been my how can I say this? My sounding board on say, all right, this is what we've got. I'm going to snap. Let's discuss this. And for these two guys have multiple times have said, oh no, let's not do this. Definitely don't type that. Let's talk about this. Let's see what we can do. So without these guys here and the board and the EC, we would not be where we're at today. But it's bittersweet. Kind of sad to see my term coming to an end, but kind of excited to see who's going to come in to pick up the mantle and lead the way. I've been asked how come the Commander of Starfleet has not endorsed anybody. I have 4 friends running. All 4 would be, or all 4 are outstanding people. All 4 would be good commanders of Starfleet. For that reason alone, I have decided not to endorse anybody. I just don't think it would be right. And the IG talked about it, and I talked to my aide and my chief of staff, and I think all 4 of them would be good commanders for Starfleet. It's just I can't pick one friend over the other, and I have respect for all 4 of them. Each of them brings something unique to the office. Each of them has a unique platform. It's just I casted my vote per what my crew wanted us to nominate, and my crew has casted their vote on who they want to see as Commander of Starfleet. But as the Commander of Starfleet, I cannot endorse anybody in good conscience. There's nothing wrong with the candidates. They are all 4 outstanding men. Great platforms. They get great VCS candidates. I got to meet one from Region 9, Thomas Sigmundson. Never thought I'd meet that man. Let me tell you, he is awesome as hell to hang out with. And he brought some Icelandic volcanic something. What was that liquor?
It was unique, is what he's saying.
Yeah, it's vodka, but it's made on like the slopes of something. I don't know. Anyways,
Yeah,
it was good.
It's probably a craft, actually, which
had a pleasure hanging out with him, and so it was good to finally meet him. And I just, I think all 4 of them will be great, and I know all 4 of them would understand where I'm coming from. It's just I can't do it.
That's fair, Steve.
So if anybody has an issue with that, my 4 friends running, please come to me in private. But
Hey, wasn't Mark Anderson there too?
he was. I got to see him again. I served Mark Anderson as this DCO of Infocom for over a decade. And so it was good to see him again. I got to see his lovely girlfriend or fiance. I think it was girlfriend. I might be wrong. Got to meet her and see them again. Got some great pictures. We raised a lot of money for Region 1. We raised a lot of money for Region 3 when I was down there. And so we told them about the Region 1 Summit, if we can come up for $1,000, the CS would take a pie. And then We went to one step further. If we get 1,500, the RC Philip Cox would take a buy. And last but not least, if we get $2,000, Kevin Plummer would take a buy. Let me tell you, if you follow me on TikTok, go watch the video because all three of us got a pie. I want to say it was 24 and some change we raised for Region 1. And God, I think it was like close to 5,000 or 6,000 at Region 3. So it was fun.
Well, you didn't have an in-person IC, but you did have the most attended IC in history.
Mm-hmm.
There was a few things that will always, I guess I'll always be remembered for. I am the only CS to serve during a major pandemic. I am the first CS to bring streaming to the fleet. I am the first CS to bring virtual ICs to the fleet. And I will be the only CS not attended in person IC as CS. So, I mean, there you go. I mean,
I need to correct something. My fearless leader. We have screened ICs before. It's just that we have never screened the activities, the business, and everything of an IC before today. We have 14 screened.
Yeah, it was opening ceremonies in 14, but it wasn't really.
We tried to screen some of the classes, opening ceremonies, the general session, and the closing ceremonies as well. We did a lot, but sometimes, like all the sites before us, it wouldn't work. Like we were supposed to have a phone, sort of what we would do Skype, but we'd have a phone number for other IAB members that couldn't attend. Wouldn't attend would have been better, but we had to wait about a half hour, 45 minutes before we had that thing. This year we didn't have to do that. We had an excellent ECAB meeting, and
we had a kick-ass virtual IC thanks to
Aaron
Poole and her staff. They did a phenomenal job.
There's nothing I can take away from her.
She reached out to me. She said, "What is your expectations when we first started planning this?" And I said, "Surprise me." And she blew that out of the water 1,000 times over.
Keeping on the air as long as she did for 8 hours Saturday. God, I think it was more like 10, but still, constantly having guest hosts and classes and something on there.
Friday night alone was 7 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her and her entire team went above and beyond. And whoever does the next virtual conference
better do a better job.
You better do a damn good job, or go to her and ask for some advice because you.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
I've got a question that came to me private. Said, Steve, I heard about a new job you have. Can you clarify? Okay, I can do that. So everybody knew I was the mayor. I'm still a deputy. I've been a deputy now going on 8 years. That's not going to change. I just moved down to part-time or PRN for the time being. So I was the warehouse and logistics manager for Mayfield Consumer Products, which was the candle factory. It was a great job. Loved it. December 10th, 2021 was the most devastating tornado that's ever hit West Kentucky in the last 40 years, is what we got told. I had just left my office. I was halfway to Paducah, and my nephew called me because he was the supervisor at our distribution center. He said, Steve, the warehouse took a hit. I said, what do you mean? He said, all the walls are gone. We're in the safe. I said, okay, is everybody fine? He said, yes. And he said, but Maine, which was our main facility, our main production facility, took a direct hit. I've been a volunteer fireman and rescue person for 17 years. Actually, Labor Day would made my 18th year. I've been in fire scenes. I've been in motor vehicle extrications. I've been on fatality shootings. I've been on people getting hit by a train. It's affected me, but I was able to separate and distance doing the job and then putting it away at the end. So after my nephew told me about that, I turned my vehicle around. I turned on my emergency lights, my red and blue lights, my sirens, and I raced down US Highway 45 back to Mayfield. I was dodging debris. I was waiting for a cow to come across the road. That's how quickly I thought it was coming. But I was dodging trash cans. I was dodging trampolines, dodging a lot of stuff. I was able to get to the plant, but I had to park up onto Industrial Highway, which was the main road that turned into the plant. It looked like somebody dropped an A-bomb. I dug for 3 days. People I talked to that very night before it hit, we had a birthday party. And it was, people I've seen, I lost 4 people on my dock crew. After digging for 3 days, we were able to get everybody out, dead and alive. We lost a deputy jailer. We lost a security officer as well. And after that, I moved to the new facility to continue my job. And I never really could because there was always a weight on my chest because of everything that happened. Not a lot of people knew this. I ended up suffering from anxiety, and I was diagnosed with anxiety and trauma with extreme PTSD. I had to be medicated because of that. I also had to see, I'm not ashamed of it, I had to see a therapist because of what happened that night. And then after a long trying to deal with it, it got to the point where we had a couple more storms come through, and they were pretty good. And I did not want to have to come in and dig my coworkers out again. I put in my resignation 3 weeks ago, and I'm no longer with that company. I'm actually now a equipment engineer for a hazardous chemical plant in Calvert City, Kentucky. So I am still in the area, but that's pretty much what happened. So there you go.
YouTube has a documentary on not the Mayfield so much, but the entire storm, starting in Arkansas, and they tracked the Mayfield tornado from beginning in eastern Arkansas all the way through Mayfield, where they talked about the injuries and stuff. But it went further than that. They're talking about loss of lives in little towns along the way in the path. It skipped the land of the lakes there, and was still going strong another 40, 50 miles before this thing. That was one long tornado. And I feel sorry for everyone that had to go through that, including you, especially you, since I know you.
Yeah. So that's the reason why. But it was best. It was just too much of an issue. I couldn't do it anymore. So, but thank you, Richard and Brian. Brian, I do plan on making a run out to Vegas. Hopefully, in the next couple of years, I'll definitely have to keep that in mind. And Corey Gray is watching, or Grant is watching. I believe he's watching us from London tonight because he is on a trip with his husband. So I hope you're enjoying your trip. And it's not raining. If you're over there, Corey, you should locate the vampire and get a picture with him. Because yes, I am. So, Corey, you need to go find this man right here. He's somewhere around London, and get a picture with him.
I'm sure we can get you his address.
Yeah. Well, no, that's an SFDPP violation. I can't do that.
Not if we get him to give us the address to get to him.
Yes.
It's actually on the database, isn't it?
Yeah, we can search in the database.
We got John here.
Yeah, but that would be
Yeah, John. You have to give it to somebody to give it to them. That's fine.
Yeah.
If we
Okay.
take it from the database, then that's a violation.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. And
Or he
you got, yeah,
probably gave us permission on
You got-
air.
you got my
Oh.
permission.
And another shout out to
Oh, he just gave his permission. Okay. That
another
changes
shout
it.
out to
Now I
Corey
don't.
Grant, who served on the Admiralty board all the way since I assumed office and then recently retired. He was a great help. He always busted my chops, and but it was always fun. So I'm definitely gonna miss agitating him in our board meetings. Well, we're off for a couple of days and stopping next. Well, I hope you have fun, and make sure you don't run into any clans member named McLeod of Lewis clan. If they do, tell them I said hi because they're family. Oh, look at this. It's like 34 minutes in. There's like no board members on here going off about something. Drew's got
Yeah.
with his hair. Jeff,
Again, he's talking about Drew's hair.
Well,
Jeff
I'm not
He's been there
allowed
in
to.
a long
Remember.
time.
Jeff is going grayer by the minute. Richard's almost bald, and I don't know what's wrong with John. John's just John.
Well, you know, God only made so many perfect heads. The rest he covered with hair.
Ah,
everybody-
yes, that's right, Drew.
Oh,
I'll make my big speech about Parmley in the last after dark before the end of his term.
I don't know.
Are we gonna have a show where we just praise Steve?
no.
Yeah, we
we're
should
not
have a
gonna
longer
praise
show.
Steve.
Start at about 6 in the morning, and then it'll go all day.
Is it just me, or has the job caused Steven's hairline to back up? I don't know about it.
Yeah. Little.
Actually, so Corey, the database is going very well. It will be launched before I leave office.
You
Had a
sure?
meeting with Tony the other day, so that will be the last thing I have left.
Yeah, we've
It'd
heard
be
that
great if
before.
it was.
We've heard next month. We've heard in a couple of weeks. We've heard.
Nobody asked your comment. Go back to playing on your phone.
Hey, I was reading emails that I.
Hey, for good old times, play the old answer.
But
We'd have to
Here-
find
Not
in
from
about-
you, Steve. From
Here in-
others, they have said all those different times, and we're kind of like,
I'll take Fleet Admiral AMA for 400, Alex.
And the answer is, this project will be done soon.
Thank you.
Sorry, I had to bring that back.
Who made that? Was that Russell or was that?
I think that was Russell.
Russell made that one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So here in a month or two, Starfleet After Dark will be transitioning to a new website. The goal is you'll be able to go to our website and you'll be able to watch the stream live, as well as we'll still be airing on we'll still be streaming on my YouTube account. When the office transitions December 31st, we will not be airing on the members only or any page that is owned by SFI. The After Dark will remain, but everything else will be going privatized. It's just we're doing it to offer more. We'll also be doing I'm in talks. I'm just about done finalizing it, but we will have a podcast that's going to be aired on iHeartRadio. So we'll be having that. But here in a couple months, you guys won't be coming back to the StreamYard type thing or on that. You'll be able to get notifications from the website if you sign up. You can opt in to get updates to when we go live and the guest we have. So that is coming. So just make sure you guys are looking for that. And then once the website's done, if you want to be a guest on any of the days that we have, you can go and click that day and submit a submission to be a guest, and that will be sent to the streaming team. Now, my streaming team is still going to remain the same. We're just transitioning away and going to an outside website where it can be offered to more people than just Starfleet members. We've actually I've had several people contact me off my YouTube channel that are not Starfleet members but love Star Trek, and had 4 of them actually signed up for Starfleet in the last 8 months.
Really?
Cool.
I'm going to open this up to other. We'll have sci-fi discussions with other fan organizations, International Federation, not IFT because I don't think they're around anymore, but TRNN, Battlestar, the Battlestar fan groups, Maquis Forces, Klingon Assault Forces. We're going to open it up to everybody, and you do not have to be a member of Starfleet anymore. So it's basically going to go from just a private talk to Trek fandom in general. So definitely be changes coming. So don't look so sad, Jeff.
I may be too busy then.
Oh,
I hope I'm too busy.
this Wednesday coming up will be the 200th episode of Q Ford that was founded by Anne Grace of the USS Cucullin. If you guys have not been on one of their Q Ford episodes, you're missing out. I might see if we could even get them to, maybe we can get them to stream it onto our website too, and everybody can be able to get access to that. It might be something to look into. But congratulations on your 200th episode this Wednesday. Great job, Cucullin.
Awesome.
You guys are literally the biggest chapter in Starfleet, and you guys set the bar high. So congratulations to the entire crew of the Cucullin, and congratulations to Anne on your 200th episode of Q4.
I gotta say, you've been a lot more active in chat lately.
Who?
You.
Yeah. So my new job I've been training for is I have to carry a mask with me, okay? And if the siren goes off, I got 2 minutes to put my mask on, or Steve is no more. So I've still been doing my job, but when it comes to streaming stuff, I've been very limited on responses because I've had 2.5 weeks of intense training just to get ready to do the job. Like today, I had the safety guy about had a heart attack. He snapped on me. So we had to go into a cooling tower, which we go into sometimes to clean and maintenance. But the only way to get to the spot we needed was 150 feet off the deck or off the floor, and you have to come in from the top. So you have to, little spiral stairs all the way to the top. And so now my new job is a union job. So I see why everybody sits around to just screw the clock because it's union. So needless to say that they needed somebody that was trained to rappel and to fix it because there was no stairs going down on the inside. So I rappelled in, and the safety guy about blew his red cap off his head and was cussing me and calling me everything but me. So
Why?
because I'm not trained through OSHA to rappel, but I am trained in the fire service to rappel, and I argue there's no difference. 18 years as a fireman, I've rappelled maybe 300 times in 18 years. So the guy
You
was
have the right little
I
certificate.
think you know. I think you know. Yeah.
I ran a rappel tower for 2 years. I wonder what he would say to that.
I mean, the guy, he was like 25 years old. I'm pushing 40. I'm just saying. I looked at him.
Finally,
I'm like, I don't work for you. I'm an outside contractor, but okay. Have a good day.
Jesus.
That was fun. We got it fixed.
You could always say, well, if I have to rappel down a roof to stop a fire at your house, I just won't because I'm not OSHA certified.
He looks like he's 60, but he's only 39.
No, actually, I am over 60.
No, Steve.
Oh, you're so funny. You should
Steve looks
shake that.
younger now than he did at the birthday party. He's getting some rest. or
You
something.
look older than me, Steve. Come on.
good evening, Kevin.
Kevin Plummer. Hey, Kevin, do you think you can come on and talk about the new website for the streaming service? Or are you busy?
You mean Kevin?
Click on the link in the group chat. It's the first one.
But I will say, all this stuff that I've not done in years, my shoulders are killing me. I went out and bought a whole bunch of BioFreeze.
Oh, that's the industrial size package.
Yeah, my wife uses that.
Yeah,
Her-
And when you got to buy it by the case in industrial sizes.
That's a big freaking container of BioFreeze. I ain't seen it that big.
oh, they get bigger.
Holy shit.
Yeah, then there's the hospital size. That's like a 2-gallon jug.
Yes, this is $40 right here.
Oh, I thought it was bigger than that.
No, $40.
Mm,
I know I had to buy the spray bottle one day because my back was out. And yeah, that shit's not cheap.
the type of mentholatum they use in that causes my skin to blister. And when we were in the car accident, one of the therapists said, "Oh, this is great stuff." Went straight up my back. I wasn't able to lean against anything, put on a shirt or anything else for about a week and a half. And she literally watched those blisters form, and she's like, I said, "What kind of methylatum is in those?" That's all I want to know. And she told me, and I said, "Oh, that's the problem." So,
I remember the Lakeland PD was going to do a rappelling demonstration on the tower that I ran. And the tower had hand grips for climbing. The captain and lieutenant that did it kind of walked down real slowly.
fine.
They were afraid of hurting themselves on the rocks.
No, poor kids.
I popped off the side, inverted, and landed on my feet. And they just looked at me and went, "Why are we doing the demonstration again?"
Because you the pros. It's okay. The sheriff's office when Tori was with the SWAT team
That was the SWAT team.
today for Polk County. Their SWAT team, the guy was showing them rappel. He went head first.
Guess what, dude?
And Tori was like, "Oh my God." She stopped. I don't know, about 5 feet from the building. At 2 feet from the building, he flipped right up above her head and then landed directly in front of her and said, "Hi."
Speaking of Polk County, I talked to Grady Judd the other day on the telephone, Drew.
He's a good guy.
Oh,
Yeah, he tried to recruit me to come down there to his department.
didn't we tell
Did
you?
you tell him you got two people that said the same damn thing?
I said, if I didn't have an 11-year-old daughter that I didn't have custody of, I'd be gone. I'd come down in a heartbeat.
But you got a 29-year-old who thinks you're like it.
I know, but after I leave office, she'll forget about me. She'll find the next Commander Starfleet. She'll be on him.
No, she won't.
So here's the question: after talking to him, is he as nice and good as we were telling you?
Yes, he is awesome. He told me next time I'm in the area to come by the sheriff's office, he'd give me a tour and everything.
Tori already said that when the election is over, you will still be her Commander Starfleet.
What kills me is that man has so many followers around the country
In the world.
that is like, why isn't he our sheriff?
Right? We could use him up here in McCracken County because I'm not a deputy here, but there's some crooked shit going on in this county.
I like the fact that he brought down a deputy. I thought that was a
Oh,
funny thing.
dude.
Well,
He's arrested many of his own people.
oh yeah.
I know. I've seen some videos on that I found on YouTube.
Did you see the one where he arrested the chief of police in the city 2 different times?
No, what was that
2
for?
different chiefs? Huh?
No, what was that for?
Oh, they were sleeping with prostitutes that were underage. Same
That-
city.
Wow.
2 different police chiefs. Kansas City.
Damn.
And then, like, one of his deputies was talking about the insurrection thing and immediately ended up in jail. It's like, he don't play.
No. Grady don't play.
And the best thing is if somebody breaks in your house, shoot them. Many times.
Well, when they started talking about the riots restarting, he said if you come to Polk County's residents love their guns. And if you go into their house, they're there with their guns, they will blow you out the door. And that's much easier on us because all we have to do is pay the coroner.
There was rumors that we were going to have our houses invaded. And it was like, really? That wouldn't be good for them.
Yeah, right.
And Grady just said, that's fine. If they blow you out into the front lawn, we don't care. We'll just pick up the pieces and clean up the lawn and away we go.
They had just they had just passed a law like 2 years before that was the stand and defend, which basically, as long as you're attacking my property, it doesn't matter if you're in my house or not. So that wouldn't be good for you.
There was another sheriff down there in Florida that I follow on TikTok.
The Tampa sheriff or the Seminole one?
He basically comes out and says, I want you to shoot them. If you feel like you're this, he's like, because he said they will not reoffend if they're dead.
Yep.
I'm like, I love this guy.
He's like 10 years younger than Grady.
That Florida's got some kick-ass sheriffs. And your guys' governor, that's awesome. I love him.
Yeah, he's sometimes good.
You can please some of the people some of the time. All of the people some of the time. Because you ain't pleasing everybody all the time.
He's the guy that said that the kids had to go to school and they couldn't wear masks to go back to school.
So what do you guys think now? Now COVID is dying down. Now we got monkeypox. And supposedly somebody messaged me and told me that the state of New York put an emergency something because of polio outbreak. Anybody hear about that?
Well, you know, the state of New York and the state of California were the first ones to say, oh, well, it's absolutely unnecessary to push the polio vaccine. We've killed polio.
Yeah.
I've been talking about this for 8 years. You take that away and boom, here comes polio again. And sure enough, both states have had a 275% increase in the polio.
Hey, so speaking, we don't normally do politics on here, but have you guys watched the videos online of how the Amish are running around with Trump 2024 things on their buggies?
Oh, God.
Now, you messed up when you got the Amish trying to vote the guy out of office.
Yeah. And his lawyer is also saying he can't run. He was involved in an insurrection. That was Trump's own lawyer.
I'll tell you what.
Hello, Kevin. It's good to see you, my friend. Welcome to the Shit Show USA.
I thought we before bad politics. Come on.
Nah.
For me, the confusing thing is that after the Obama-Biden administration, Joe said he was going to retire from politics.
We
He even stated for health reasons. And then next thing you know, he was running for president. I was very confused by that.
Bring back Ross Perot.
Don't dig him up. Don't dig him up.
Maybe president. What do you
Bring
think
back
of
Ronald Reagan then.
Now, look, I would vote for Reagan again. I didn't vote for
Yeah,
him the first time,
he was one good president.
he was awesome. I watched
Steve.
it. Yeah.
Grady Judd for president?
I'll vote for that.
Who?
The sheriff down in Polk County, Florida, who, let me tell you, he's going to roll over bullshit and he's going to do it in a damn Sherman tank with a smile, drinking a cup of coffee.
He was one of the first sheriff to quarterly do the child predator stings. and he's done it for like the last 15, 20 years.
Isn't he the one that still runs the chain gangs?
No, that was in Arizona, and they voted him out of office.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well, they
need
didn't
to bring
vote
back
him
the
out of
chain
office so much as the federal government chased
They
him
have
out of
workers,
office.
they just don't have chains on them anymore.
Okay, when you got 80
That
people
was Alabama,
standing on
wasn't
truck
it?
and one guy doing the work, that's not workers.
Kevin, can you clarify this? What we're talking about?
What's that?
No, he has no
Get
idea.
chain gangs.
I'm still saying Grady Judd for president.
No, they have the prisoners doing work around the county. And truthfully, it is sometimes you drive past, one guy's doing work, there's 3 sheriffs and 10 people sitting in a line not doing anything. But none of them have chains on.
They're supervisors and chains.
Yeah.
And actually, I was talking about Chico. When our power went out, not this last time, for a long period of time, I drove around the corner. Here's the Chico guys. One guy on the pole,
Come on, dance, kick it back.
and about 9 or 10 people on the other side of the truck, not even looking at this guy, standing around laughing and talking about what they were going to do afterward.
Well, look, I'll tell you from my point of view, from a law enforcement point of view, it's jail. Okay, it's not the Holiday Inn, and I don't care for you liberals out there that will disagree with me, unless you've actually put on a badge and you did the job, or you work in the jails and you have to day in day in getting crap slinged at you and stopping rapes and hopefully don't die before the end of your shifts. It is a jail. It's not a daycare. It's not the Holiday Inn. You don't deserve. My thing is, you don't deserve TV. You don't deserve any of these extra amenities because you broke the law, and the law says you have to be incarcerated.
But you could hurt their feelings, Steve.
And you know what? You know how many times people say, well, you're an asshole. You know what my response is? Don't break the fucking law.
See, my response to that statement would be thank you.
He did take.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. In that case, there's another thing we need to thank you for.
Judd did take the weight rooms out of the jails in the county.
We did in my county. Right now, they have no TV. Why? Because the TV don't work. And who's supposed to be running the cables? Me.
That was an accident.
What?
I've got to rerun the cables because they're going to a new cable provider, and it's going to be done over Ethernet cable and not coax.
And why are you running the cable?
Because I have the knowledge of cable running and all that other crap.
Oh.
But I do. I go and do a couple of cells here and there. I've been doing it for 6 months.
You want me to come in and do it in 2 days?
Good luck, because there's some areas that you can't get a line to the TV because the cable was put in before the roof was installed, and there's like this much cross space between the roof and the top of the cell.
So you connect the draw line to the coaxial cable and pull the coaxial cable through.
No, there's no conduit. It just goes down into the brick wall. I know. I've tried. I pulled one through. It got stuck. I don't know where the hell it got stuck at because the coax pulled out, but the Ethernet cable wasn't with it.
Oh, well, they answered our question there. So.
Yeah. They're like, can we reroute the TVs? That means you have to reroute power receptacles and everything else. And I don't mess with power.
Or, even easier way to do it is wireless.
Nope, not there because we don't have an internet provider that's got the best Wi-Fi.
No. You don't have to have an internet provider. You can actually run the TV connection through a router.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it.
Do APs throughout the building just for the cable.
Yeah,
vastly depends on how much brick and cement there is in between your points, but
yes, yeah. The gel was made. The gel was made in the early '80s, and it's been added on twice. So there's a lot of steel and concrete.
Oh shit!
Or we have this thing called a chirp, and basically it's like an iPod that you can only text out of. You can't send video chats. You can't send pictures. It's texting only. It charges like 10 cents to text or some crap like that. And they suck for Wi-Fi. It don't work half well in the jail.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have some jails around here that you can get e-cigarettes.
Really?
I disagree with that one too.
But there is a way to do it where you run down the main corridor and the roof
Hey,
using the APs in line
hey,
and then run the wires off the AP.
yeah.
What corridor in the roof?
I'm sure the jail Steve's talking about has a budget of $500 to do this too.
Pretty much.
so like, yeah. It's probably one of those things. It's like, oh yeah, this is pretty doomed, but we don't care.
We have $500 for you to do this, but we'll pay you $1.50.
Yeah. Like,
Get
you know,
with it.
No,
But
I know how this works.
I
I've
get,
worked in government.
I get paid my hourly rate when I'm there, but
the Ethernet cable only has a 300-foot connect rate, so
Yeah, it's 100 meters.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, good luck getting any signal to any of the long runs.
Yes, but you realize Steve has not said this is easy.
Steve doesn't care if he does it either.
He has said,
So you got
OMFG.
access to 5 cells with TVs. The rest of them, y'all are screwed.
so they get like
Who's
some
going to be nice to Steve?
right. They've got antenna, so they're getting a couple channels. But like I remember this one person come in, and I got called in the night before, so I come in at 7:00. My regular shift was 7 a.m. So I worked a double. I was tired. And so I got called in at 7 p.m. on a Sunday. I had to be there 7 a.m. Monday. And this person come in, had warrants out of Georgia, was pulled over for tail light, insurance, running from the police officer, tried to hit the police officer with the vehicle, high on drugs, drug paraphernalia, meth in the car, you name it. She had 4 pages of charges. And so she gets in there and she's running her mouth. It's funny when you get these short people in there because they think they're the cock of the walk. And so she gets into her cell, and this is probably about midnight. Pre-trial hasn't called yet, but she just kept asking. And I was already tired. I was already ill-tempered. I was already pissed, pretty much. And she stuck her head out to the door flap. She said, "You need to have a heart. You don't understand what it's like being people like me." I'm like, "What? Assholes that break the law, try to kill a cop, and high on drugs? No. You just don't have a heart." I do. It's called "You're in jail. Have a great night." And I slammed that damn door flap as hard as I could. Woo! I'm telling you, I've never ever wanted to pull somebody through a door flap and smack the dumb out of them. See, that was one of them. Or we actually had a guy come in one night who literally thought he was a threat because he was so messed up on drugs. He literally thought he was Shrek. And we get the call from an outside county bringing him in because that county didn't have a jail, so we housed their inmates. And he comes in, they pull into the sally port. This guy literally is kicking the cage so hard that it's breaking away and hitting the jailer. And this jailer, he was broken. This guy was half naked, and it was bad. The jailer get out, his nose was bleeding, his head's all bleeding from the backside because the cage just kept collapsing into him. He was kicking it hard with his hands behind his back. So, he got out, and if you ever, like I said, he thought he was Shrek. Like he was, like he thought he was Superman. Like he could take it all on. And as soon as we popped that door, he jackrabbit. Like I thought he was flying onto the walls like Spider-Man. It took 7 of us to get him to the ground. And it was not. Anyways, I do not believe all these extra amenities jails have. I don't believe it's right because you broke the law. You're there to serve a sentence, not to be catered to. That's my philosophy. Hence why I'm not a sheriff, because I would, it'd be bad.
That's why you're not a sheriff. You'd be like Grady, and everybody would love you.
No, sheriffs like that are not loved in Kentucky because we're a Commonwealth, and we have a spineless governor.
We did not tell you you had to be in Kentucky.
Grady is trying to retire in a year, but nobody wants to take the job from him.
Nobody could take the job. Look what he's done.
His last two terms.
He's 72 years old now?
Yeah, his last two terms, he's literally just been called by the council and said, well, you're sheriff still. Nobody's stepping up. Nobody. It's like, who's gonna do better than him?
I don't want it. Nope.
I'm just gonna sit here and be Canadian and not understand.
I'll go to Canada to be a constable before I go down there and run for sheriff.
So up here in Ohio, I'm related by marriage to the person who just retired as the longest running sheriff in the United States, and he was like in 2 counties over.
Who was it?
I can't remember his name. But like I said, related by marriage, but it was Pickaway County, Ohio.
Damn.
He retired, and guess who got elected?
White Radcliffe?
Yeah. Guess who got elected? His son.
Not shocked.
Yeah.
I wonder how that happened.
Guess who he replaced? His grandfather.
Ah.
Nepotism, anybody? Oh, wait.
Now, the Radcliffe family has the longest history of sheriffs in the country.
John Rogers, you're awake and on the stream. Good to see you, my little buddy.
What's up, man? I was going to say nepotism. We promote family values almost as often as we promote family members.
Right.
Oh, he only been sheriff since 2005? Grady, I thought he was in longer than that.
No, he just can't. Now he's got the job. He can't lose it.
Yeah, he's got 40 years in law enforcement, Drew?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I believe this is Brand that's saying
You need to like him on Facebook and watch his Throwback Thursdays.
Hey, we need to put that little reminder on how people can put their names up instead of face user.
I had it up.
Oh, and a special congratulations to Brand Stimson on winning a lifetime membership to Starfleet International. Congratulations, sir. And all congratulations to the Distinguished Award members who received 3 years. It was, I know Carolyn Singer got one.
Shouldn't start it if you don't know it.
I know. I'm leaving office soon. My brain's starting to stop working on me.
The Region 12 Communications Officer is one of them.
Yep.
Jim Land or whatever.
Yeah. So it was Carolyn Signal, Jim Landelis, and a person from the what is Steve Stott's chapter? The McNair. He ain't ever gonna let me forget that one. I'm sure he'll be calling me now, Commander of Starfleet. You should know this. Oh,
Sure,
mercy.
Steve.
Yeah, my time's running down. I'm getting there, Richard. I'm about yeah.
I know who Facebook user that says Smile Jeff is.
I know who she is too.
Yeah.
Fran, isn't it?
That's Fran.
Fran Boo.
Every once in a while, you got to go back. Sorry to say that. That's how Facebook is. I had to do something yesterday with something I've been on for years.
You know what I think?
And all of a sudden, I had to re-enter my password for it.
You know what I think Starfleet International should do? We should actually start up a retired Commander Starfleet Association. There's not many of us running around.
No.
I think that
I mean-
association should be expanded to anyone that's worked on the national headquarters.
No, sorry, Kevin.
I'm sorry. There's only like 2 of you because the rest of them been kicked out of Starfleet.
No, there's Rob Letterman is still in. Fran Booth is still in. Dave Blazer's still in. Sal's still in.
I
Oh,
mean,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
not, it's not like there isn't a chapter in, I think,
Who's-
Washington, D.C.
Robert Westfall is luckily still in.
yes. Who's the female that was there
There's the
years
chapter
ago?
for him.
Jeff?
You know, you could
Jeanette
always-
Maddox.
the
Jeanette
Commander
Maddox, she's
Starfleet
still in.
Retirement
She's
chapter.
still in, but
Uh,
Mandy is not in. Robin's not in.
We can call it
Teresa
Starbase
is in,
100.
but she doesn't have the rank.
how long was she Commander Starfleet?
Less than a month.
Oh, well.
You could make a chapter, call it the Commander Starfleet Retirement Community. Make it Starbase
Mike
100.
Malot's still in.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll do that as long as you guys come by and you feed us and change us every couple of days, okay, Sean?
Yeah.
Why? I'm an engineer. I'll just make the teleporters do it.
Yeah. You're gonna teleport a
Les
damn
Rickard
phone.
is still in.
Yes, Les is in. I forgot about Les. Sorry, Les.
I'm trying to think if there's any others.
We can let Tori come by and entertain. you.
John Bradbury has a
Bradbury's
lifetime
still in.
membership.
Yep.
The next,
I mean, James Herring was Commander Starfleet for a month. He just doesn't have
well, no, a month and a half.
a month and a half. But he doesn't have the
He took actually a little over a month and a half because he was in for the first 3 days of the next year before they got the election results in. So he was in a total of about almost 1 month and 20 days.
So I just get asked what happens if we do not have a CS or VCS elect come January. What happens? Do you remain in office? So how
No.
this works is, if we do not have a CS or VCS elect by my term ending, I cannot stay in office.
John,
The board will have to appoint an interim Commander Starfleet, and then they will have to go through the entire voting process again. Now they cannot ask me. They can ask me, but unfortunately the rules state I cannot hold that post come January 1, even as an intern. They could ask the current VCS to do it, but they cannot ask me to do it. So yes, if there's no VCS elect come January 1,
Well, I thought they had to elect one of their own.
What do you
They
mean?
had to take a vote and elect one of their own.
Yeah, they could do that, or they could ask the current, the VCS from the outgoing administration. They could be asked to stay in as an intern,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not me. I'm
But
gonna
I
be
don't think
11:59 and 59 seconds. I'm going to have my finger on there, send an email with all the stuff they need. I'm going to sit back and enjoy my retirement at 12:01.
So I'm not sure who said it, but a Facebook user said that you should start up the chapter of the USS Rocking Chair.
Yes. Starfleet's finest.
But that's for all the retired admirals. You don't need to be a fleet admiral. Or the tired admirals.
Thanks.
Laura Pente.
Yeah, so
Hope you don't get any bugs.
Right.
Hello, Greg.
Good day, mate.
Yeah, that's Fran that's saying she can't get on. For some reason, her iPad won't take the link.
What's StreamYard? Oh,
It's-
I know what you mean.
It's operator error.
Yeah.
No,
Greg.
Good night, Greg.
It is something with the version of Apple Grapple. Do you get a DD214?
It's SF214.
They're not going to print you out a SF214. They just kick you out. Get out.
That's what they did with Mike Smith when Les Rickard took over. They were all gathered in a motel. They did an oath. They used the old oath from they modified the oath from when you go into the military, and just replaced it for Starfleet and Federation, that kind of stuff. And then afterwards, Les opened the door and invited the former commander to leave.
I look forward to it.
See, it's no different than when the employers come up to you 5 minutes before you're about to clock out and go, "You got to stay to do overtime," and you look at them and go, "Well, nope."
No.
That's nice for you, but I'm off the clock in 5 minutes. Bye-bye.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Right.
I definitely had
Okay,
jobs
Greg.
like that.
I look forward to concentrating on my chapter after retirement. We got some big
Yeah.
we got
That's
some
what I
big,
was talking about.
we
Your
got
chapter 10 forward is blowing up on 2 different channels now.
yeah, we got big things going on the constellation. So we've got a database being built for our chapter, or redoing our membership handbook after 10 years, bringing that current, and my senior officers are knocking out academy courses like they're going out of style. My email's been blowing up the last week and a half. One guy particularly, Ron Burgess, who's my chief science officer, has. Woo! I'm like, every time my email looks, it says,
There.
Ron Burgess has completed this course. Ron Burgess.
No,
There you go, Fran.
2 different ones.
Yes.
Yay!
Well, all she did was change the YouTube.
But again,
She's usually on YouTube.
let me tell you, I got to meet Fran at Region 3 Summit. She is an awesome person. She is lovely, great to sit with, and she even gave me a gift. Where is that? I have it out.
Oh yeah, Greg. Yeah, I've got a con next weekend.
Hey, Greg, you could always just click that link because I know you're in chat.
And William
join
Shatner
us.
will be there for those people who care. So I will be there.
He's trying to find it. He may have lost it.
So this will be on the constellations. I guess
I can't see it, so.
It's his
Oh.
crest.
Oh, it's his.
Yes, it's a crest. It's behind that screen.
Yeah, so it will be offered on the Constellations Quartermaster site, and you can have your chapter put on the back of it with your name or your rank or I survived after dark.
Oh.
So
All right, sold. I'll take one.
Greg, click the link in the After Dark chat. I know you're in After Dark.
No, I barely
he's a
survived after
coward.
dark.
Greg's a coward. We know that.
yes, I have it. I know I've been moving stuff around, but it is about this big. It's got the Federation Delta in it, my name, and I loved it. It was the biggest surprise I had.
You know how you get Greg on the show and start talking about putting in things.
Help desk tickets.
The help desk.
Yeah, this is how you do it. Okay, this is not what you do. Don't send him a message as Commander Starfleet. I can't. Can you do this? Sure. Need a help desk ticket. Damn.
But I talked to Greg the other day. He goes to a place that we don't have anymore, something like Radio Shack down there. And when they got sales, he takes and buys all their circuit boards to use to make props with.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm like, I wish I had a dang Radio Shack again. We ain't got that anymore.
But I will have to say, I know I've talked a lot about looking forward to retirement and this and that. I really enjoyed my time as Commander Starfleet. I had fun. I've been happy, been pissed, been sad. It's going to be missed. I'll just say that.
It's a great place to visit, but you don't want to live there.
Right. You do it for 3 years. You eat, sleep, and breathe Starfleet International between board meetings, EC meetings, and lawyers and discussions and this and having meetings with newspaper people, reaching out to CBS. It's been a fun 3 years. But I look forward to all the people that left Fleet because I became Commander Starfleet. I can't wait for you to come back to Fleet because I'm still going to be here. And you still ain't going to be Commander Starfleet or even a retired one. So I look forward to seeing you guys again. Kevin, you know which one I'm talking about. They were reading one chapter.
Yep.
I don't care. You won't totally. Friends,
I think
no,
she might totally.
I'm not totally retiring. I will be concentrating on.
They'll pull you back.
I will be doing my chapter. I will be very, very active in the Corps. But my fleet duties will end December 31st, and I will be working in the Corps. I'll just say that.
Yeah, and the people that are doing the prop wants to get back into prop making again. We do now have a group that's getting together. You apply to HR to the engineering department.
Yes, it's www.geriatrics.com/Drew and Sean Show.
No,
Not Drew.
I didn't know that was taken. Darn, that goes my domain name.
I thought that was the new name of the show, Kevin.
No. Kevin, do you want to talk a little bit about that new website, what we plan on doing?
Yeah.
Sure. So we're going to be starting up a new website for this show and for other things. It'll be something that Steve can post his words of wisdom every 5 minutes if he wants.
I could hear the quotations in that.
But you'll be able to access the show right from it. You'll be able to access the previous shows. We'll have a storefront that'll have merchandise through it, and it's just one small part of what we got planned for what's going on here.
Yeah, this is definitely After Dark and Icons was a kind of concept between me and Russell, so that's the reason why I want to continue it. But we're going to be transitioning into we'll have like a Trek talk, and then we'll still have After Dark, and then we'll be doing Icons. I've been talking to Lynn Harper, who is one of the persons that worked with Aaron Poole. And I'm gonna try to bring her on our streaming staff, and she's gonna help us with interviews with actors and stuff like this and authors. She did a phenomenal job. So this would be one way we can bring this to Trek fans in general. iHeartRadio, I'm trying to finalize that. We'll have a podcast iHeartRadio. You'll be able to go to iHeart.com and you can download it on both Google and Apple iStore. You can listen to that. And we're going to have links to other podcasts, other Trek groups. Like there's a really lovely group down in Nashville called Star Pod Trek. If you don't know what they are, you're missing out. Go to Google, type in Star Pod Trek. Great people, and I know Kathy. I can't think of her husband's name. Kevin, what is her husband's name? I lost it again. I am having that bad.
I can't remember, but he outbid me.
Yeah.
Underaged Alzheimer's, huh, Steve?
Yeah, pretty much. But it was great hanging out with them at Region 1. We're going to have a link on our website where you can go to their podcast. We're going to have a link and maybe talk to Ann Grace about having them also stream Q Forward where people can see it, or at least have a link where they can go from our website to go view Q Forward. There's a lot of things we've got in the process, so that's not fleet duty, so that's not something I retire from. I'm just ramping it up. So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's. Can I throw in a plug for the other thing?
Sure.
So, what's going to help this all along is the podcasts and the videos and all that are going to be sponsored by my company, Space Dock Earth. So, it's worthwhile for the chapters in that to support Space Dock because we're supporting stuff like this.
So, but yep, Kevin thought he could be done with me after my term. It was a surprise. and the poor Antonio, he'll be my aide. If you know military, until you 100% retire and hang up the uniform, you still have an aide, and he'll be my aide until I am completely done and out of fleet. So,
Or he
Yeah,
dies. Whichever.
Yeah,
comes
the two of us are stuck with you. We know.
yeah.
We didn't sign up for that part, though.
Yeah, I know. You just kind of got voluntold. Congratulations. You're stuck with me for life. But yeah, Fran, the idea of getting that, I'd like to see about getting Thomas to do a live stream and walk through the volcano that they have up there. He did a video of it a little bit, and it was really interesting. And I know a lot of people would love to see that person. But we are. Should I let this out of the bag? So we're going to be planning an event. Me, the Constellation crew, Captain Hooper, who was the original CO of the Constellation, several other people. We're going to be sponsoring an event in Western Kentucky probably in the next year to a year and a half. We'll probably end up we're going to probably put in a summit bid for a regional summit and an international summit. See which one gets picked up first. But we've
Do
got.
it combined.
Huh?
Do it combined.
I thought about it. I'd like to do because we're 5 minutes away from the biggest from Metropolis, home of Superman, giant Superman museum, 80-foot tall Superman statue. But we're thinking about trying to do it maybe during the Superman celebration. Don't know yet, but we'll see.
Hey, Steve, I'm SVRC, so I'm accepting this as your formal bid, and it's been accepted. You're doing it.
Yeah, Philip's going to be like, that's not how that works.
I thought you already had a regional summit in Paducah. It was called Burgers and Barbecue with the CS.
It wasn't a summit kind of thing.
Although I think we pulled more people in from further away from the picnic than we did on the summit.
You know, we did.
Except for Thomas, of course.
Yeah, we had 5 or 6 regions represented. So I was pretty impressed. I don't know. We'll do something again, I'm sure.
Well, picnics usually do better than conventions.
I know that people are asking me if I will have any type of dinner for me leaving office, like we had one for me coming into office. I believe Jill Rayburn had mentioned something to me about that. We may plan something. The final congratulations, goodbye, good luck, Godspeed. I got the idea to run for Commander Starfleet at a Region 1 summit, and I was glad to finish as my last in-person CS event at a Region 1 summit. So it was pretty nice. It was great. The Edgewater Hotel was phenomenal. We were walking back to the hotel, and we had a bear follow us, and it was loose in the damn parking garage. Kevin got pictures of it. It's awesome. We
Did you say a bear?
A bear. Big ass bear.
I'm gonna get those pictures up on the website.
Let me tell you,
You know, that could be two different things in Florida, right?
Yeah, I'm quite large, so me trying to run from a bear is not going to work.
Doesn't matter. You can't outrun a bear. That's the problem.
You can if you can find somebody bigger than you, and you throw them down and take off running.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
He does.
If you have a hapless victim, yes. Okay.
We all just
The
had to
whole
run
thing
faster
with
than
running
you,
from a
Steve.
bear is you just have to run from faster than the guy behind you.
Yeah. Faster than Steve.
Now look, I may look large, but I can run. I just can't stop. When I stop, I go. I mean, like my belly and everything go boom, 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 boom.
Are you saying, Steve, when you're running, you only stop for solid objects?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just picturing a bear from Florida being like 400 pounds and being like, "Yeah, so I'm from Canada. Cubs come out at 400 pounds."
Right.
Yeah, Steve, it was good to see you at the summit, but my blue beard didn't like it.
Captain Bluebeard. I got his ass good too.
That video's got to go up on the website too.
Yeah, it's on my TikTok.
Fortunately,
on,
fortunately for me, when I get completely shit faced, I'm usually with something with 1 bar reception.
it's also on
Rural Saskatchewan.
what's the other club? It's on Discord too.
That's all pie. That's all pie.
We should have filled the whole screen.
He's holding his phone to the screen.
Oh, still, I mean, you still need to put it, fill the screen.
Oh, blow it up on SteamYard.
Yes.
Well, someone would have to link to it and do it because Steve's literally.
Hold on.
There you go.
Are they looking for the frostiest piece?
How's that shaving cream taste?
It was cake.
It was what?
It was real cake.
Day old birthday cake.
Uh-oh.
And Jill Rayburn did mine.
Oh, one of them hit one of y'all hard. He was nice to you.
Yeah. That Jill can be vicious. I've heard.
No, it was the next one, I think.
There's Kevin getting ready. There he goes.
Steve, I didn't know it was you that was going to do it to me.
My chief of staff on Master Office Office. Between him and my aide de camp, these two gentlemen have literally helped me run the organization. They helped me bring it into the current state it's in now, and all the emails, phone calls. But I will have to say a positive note. Been with me through some very bad times in my life, my journal. So I love you.
That was fun. I'm not even gonna lie. I had a blast with that.
It was. It
Hey,
was a good
Steve.
time.
Not getting off a subject, I just sent you a text of a picture that I just found. I'll let you tell them what it is, or you let me. I will.
Is that Rayburn?
Yes, that is.
That's
Dennis
a very
Rayburn.
young Rayburn.
Oh, we're both young if you look. I got dark hair.
Florida Bears might not be very big, but they
September,
definitely run in packs.
March 23rd, 1996 at Mid-South Con 15, where the Black Hawk originally was commissioned. That's the first time I met Dennis.
Dennis had
I
hair.
found that I
You
just
had
came
hair.
over by accident. I may send it in as part of my report, CQ this time.
There you go.
I was trying to find it for the last one. I couldn't find it. Yes, I had dark hair at one time.
Well, guys, we're an hour and 34 minutes in. I'm going to call it. I've got a big day tomorrow. I've got to go take my ham radio operator's test. Yay.
Good luck.
They still have ham
Good
radios?
luck.
Yes, they still, because it's a requirement.
You'll,
It's a requirement for me in the Guard because I'm stationed now at HHT headquarters in Nashville. So I have to have that for emergency operations center. So everybody, thank you all for coming in tonight. We were joined by Colonel Richard Still, Fleet Captain John Hardy, Admiral Jeffrey Higdon, Commodore Commodore Kevin Plummer, Fleet Captain John Rogers, and Drew and Sean, my support staff tonight. Thank you guys, and as always, live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
Sean, you go play the video.
Hey, Steve, we got to modify that video. You know, we're gonna have to put retired Commander Starfleet.
You're also going to have to change the
Update
ranks.
the ranks.
Yeah,
I'm a captain. He's a commander.
well, I can make a new one for it.
We need a new
okay,
one.
well, I got to go. I will talk to you guys later.
Bye. He left already. Holy shit.
Kevin, you're also going to have to make, or it'd be wise to make it shorter. It's way too long and too repetitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It would have been okay if the facts were different in each slide.
Right.
But at this rate, you might as well put John, and Richard as normal staff or regular guests.
Yeah, that we could do regular guests.
Yeah, part of the permanent peanut gallery.
We talked about games for almost an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we could be the balcony too. I mean, Richard, John, and John.
Like on the Muppet Show?
Gallery.
Like the two old guys on the Muppet Show?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's us for sure.
The only
Hey,
thing.
will we have to remove the Starfleet logo and the communications logo?
Probably.
More than
I would
likely.
think so.
Yeah, more than likely.
I think
Because you're not going to be branded, right?
Technically, it's not going to be ran on Starfleet.
Right, but I mean, we're going to have to remove those because it's not going to be officially a part of Starfleet anymore.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll have to remove those, and I'll come up with something else.
Russell Camp Productions.
Well, technically, it's being ran by the ship of the Russell Camp.
Well,
It could be
it was
after
started by
presented
Russell
by.
Camp.
Or
Well,
ran
we'll have
by.
to figure out how that's going. We'll have to figure out how that's going to work, though, because it's also under Space Dock now.
Right.
Why not the
A space dock production.
So you run more than one card. I mean,
Yeah.
it'll just be like a production
Always just
of a
Steve
of
Parmalee
a
after
movie
dark.
or
Yeah.
movie or television, right? Where you run the cards and it's like
Right.
this production
Drop the
company,
CS and drop the
this sponsored by.
Right.
Steve Parmalee
Yeah,
after
'cause-
dark. Place and easy.
Steve and I worked out the contract on that earlier.
Still a piece left, and I do not want it.
Gotta leave. But I know it's got to be taken off. Technically, as we are all members of SFI with chapters in good standing, technically we could use Starfleet in it. We just can't say that it's the official thing.
Right.
We have
but-
to assign it to a chapter, I think.
Well, we would have to be careful with that because we have to think about what kind of guests we're going to end up getting.
Not just
I mean,
that,
if we, huh?
you're going to have to worry about what somebody with extra pips might say.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
the handbook, they have nothing to do with what it goes on within a chapter. As long as we don't break the official rules.
Yeah.
But Steve did say that it was going to be an all-inclusive outside of SFI.
right. That's what I'm saying because, like, you know, if we start pulling in guests from like the 501 or stuff like that, and we're having special shows dedicated to other fandoms and stuff.
How about Space Dock after dark?
Or it would be a space dock production, but after dark, a conversation on sci-fi.
Club 100.
I'll talk to Steve and we'll figure it out.
Because he was saying it's going to be more than just.
Oh yeah, we're going to expand it.
I have a question. Do we actually have something in our bylaws that says we can't talk about other stuff?
Nope.
No, but yeah, I mean,
I get it. I mean, I get to be bread and butter Star Trek, but
right?
Are we actually breaking rules if we?
No,
I mean, we've
we're
had
not.
Keg on, so
We're not, but the thing is, though, I think, sorry, there's a gnat in here. It's driving me crazy. I think what Steve and I were thinking is that by broadening the show and appealing to other fandoms as well, we become less of just Starfleet and more of, you know, sci-fi fandom community.
Well, that's fine. I mean, it'd be nice for all of us to communicate together and not get stuck in our boxes, right?
Right. You know, we could call it that. We could call it Fandom After Dark.
Or
That's,
sci-fi.
that's
after dark.
definitely, if you're going for a title that's going to cover it all, then
Yeah,
and- well,
because, you know, in order to do this, I mean, Steve and I had a long conversation about this. In order to do this, I mean, yeah, Space Dock is putting up the seed money to do this and to move us into different types of tech stuff. And there's other video projects like, you know, like some fan films and stuff like that we're looking into as well.
Okay.
But in order to do this, we have to get an income coming in because Space Dock can only support it for so long.
Right.
I mean, the financial cost, Space Dock can probably do it for about 2 years. But after
There is
that,
no
we need
Fandom
to-
After Dark.
what's that?
I don't see a Fandom After Dark.
There's nothing
What
called
I googled.
Fandom After
Oh,
Dark.
you're looking for it?
How
Thank
about
you.
that?
That was helpful. Thanks. I mean, that might be a good title for it. But what I was saying is Space Dock can probably afford to do it for about two years, because there's some increased costs because we have to incorporate some different technology. And with that in mind, over those 2 years, we need to get the marketing strategy for it out there and start selling items off of our website, et cetera, so that we can continue to support it. But then also, you know, as Space Dock gets more recognition, the original purpose of Space Dock was to help sci-fi fandom communities and chapters by offering low-cost web services, you know, like hosting and website development and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And as our name gets out there and more chapters or more organizations or whatever take advantage of those services that I have going, that'll feed in the income that'll also be able to offset the costs of doing these.
Right.
well, I mean, to be perfectly honest, 18 months to 2 years is a relatively generous thing to get something off the ground.
Right.
From the audience that we currently have, obviously.
Right.
I mean, a lot more people have to try and do it in 4 to 6 months, right?
Right. Well,
As the outside observer, peanut gallery, or whatever you want to call me, part of this equation, I'm like that's very sort of appreciative.
Yeah.
I mean,
I get
from
it.
my point of view, I've only got so much to.
Right.
I'm just
And-
a talking head.
So like another thing Steve and I talked about was, you know, would we still be able to stream to Starfleet, you know, members only page and stuff like that if we're an outside production? But the key there is that Space Dock Earth last year was accepted as a partner of SFI. So, I mean, we are officially partnered with SFI, and that, like, you know, chapters from SFI get like a extra discount and that if they want to do hosting and all that kind of stuff.
Well,
But- what's that?
I'm just curious. What are you guys got any plans for like business cards or
Oh yeah.
QR?
Yep.
Okay, because in February, SFI will be directly across from the 501st from Central Florida, which is one of the largest groups they've got.
Right.
And every year at Sci-Fi Bartow, several of their higher ups and I sit and talk about sci-fi in general.
Okay.
And they would
I'll-
love to
I'll
have
be
this kind of a thing here.
Yeah, I'll be sure to get you some information for that. You
All
said February?
Yeah,
Okay.
February 18th.
Yeah.
Everybody's invited. This year is their 10th year doing it, and its theme this year is Star Trek. So, well, in 23. So SFI is going to not have a little 8x10 tent. We've got a 20x10 tent, and we will have a transporter room mock-up for photo ops. And CAG will be right next to us, and they will actually be hosting a bar for water for people to stop by, and we can kind of role play, talking about our great battles or whatever.
Hey,
I'm still
can
trying
I
to figure
can I
out-
give you a suggestion if you have room for it?
What's that?
Okay, so at some of the cons up here, what I've been doing for our chapter is setting up a green screen and allowing people to get in there and take photos with various backgrounds. Even one of the backgrounds we did for the one con, which gave us free space at the con because we were promoting them, was a background with the con logo and that on there, plus some other Star Trek stuff and all that. But
we're hoping to be able to do that for Bartow Con, which will be in October of next year.
Well, here's the
We've got
thing.
free
Okay,
This is outside.
we did the green screen and we did the photos and that for everybody for free. And what they did was, in order to get the photo, they had to give us their email address. And
Right.
we emailed them the photo like within 5 minutes after they had it taken.
Right.
But on the form that we put on for them to put their name, we also put, we agree to be contacted about SFI.
I hear you. It's just that the Sci-Fi Bartow is outside. It's got wind and a bunch of other things that can interfere with
And
that.
no stable connection.
Bartow Con is indoors, and I've already been talking to the people that are setting it up about that.
You're talking to yourself again.
Well, just because I'm on Sean's crew and you're not the Sean Sardisky, Lori, and I have been talking about doing just that.
Yeah.
Even adding a Sci-Fi Bartow Con logo at the bottom corner of every photo, regardless of what the background is.
Right.
And that one, Sean and Lori have both said, "Oh yeah, we like that." Hey, I'm good.
Somebody has a question.
Yes.
Udon DMB.
Huh?
Look at the comments. Udon DMB, it says, "Hey guys, have a question to ask the panel." So ask it.
But we're off.
We're off
I
already.
know. Yeah, I know.
Question. He can't hear us or see us. So,
Well, then I guess he's SOL.
yeah, the show's off. So.
That show's been out for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I don't know. Now he asked the question.
Yeah, we've been working with a few other things too. Wait.
I think he's a troll.
After
Yep, he is definitely a troll.
All right. Well, then we
Wow. Interesting.
Anyways, hey Kevin.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, I'd have to throw it through our thing, but in April, our ship will be at the biggest Canadian. Yes, I know. It seems weird that the Calgary Expo is the biggest con in Canada. It does not make sense.
Right.
At least last count it was.
You'd think it'd be something in Toronto.
Yeah. So.
And that's on Twitch, so.
Yeah, it's going to be like that. But yeah, no, I mean, if you get me stuff, I'll put it. I'll strong arm it onto the table.
That works.
Because well, I mean, I should because that'll be the last It'll be in the last 6 months of the term of the current captain. So
Yeah, I mean, because you guys know, like hosting runs, 100+ a year, and
Yeah, I don't
for
know
a
what-
chapter to be able to have their own hosting and all that, it's not really doable. That's why they do the free sites. But then on the free sites, the opposite thing happens there. They can't control the ads. So there's no reason why a company, unless they specify in the agreement with you, can't put up ads for adult products or anything else. And we're supposed to be family oriented.
Yeah.
Well, with Space Dock, the highest hosting plan is $25 a year for a chapter.
It's nice.
And SFI, the deal that I gave them as a partner was that any SFI chapter that comes in gets the entire first year for free. So
Main thing is, it's got to figure out how to make the page.
Make what?
The domain name is ours. Assembling the page is not in his or my forte.
Last time I built a website, it was GeoCities.
Oh, geez.
I ran a website in HTML4 for 20 years before I was like, what am I doing this for anymore? I took it down. Because it got expensive for me to do it for myself, right?
Right, that's right. But I mean, my idea was to spread the cost of hosting out over a large group.
Yeah.
The hosting that I have cost me almost $1,000 a year. But that's because I have a reseller account. But instead of reselling it at $100 a year to other people, I cut it way down to $25 a year for SFI group, or for start. Let me rephrase that: for sci-fi fandom organizations and chapters.
Right.
Yeah,
no, I get it. The idea of volume over price, right?
Right. And I did it all because of COVID. The whole idea came up because of COVID, because I saw multiple chapters and organizations shutting down because they're not able to go to conventions, they're not able to recruit, people are not working and weren't able to pay dues and all that kind of stuff. So chapters and organizations were shutting down, and I was like, well, one of the biggest costs that a chapter has is websites.
The one guy said that the reason why he stopped his website was it was $125 a year.
Yeah. So I mean, that saves, if they come over to Space Dock, they save $100 a year. How many members do they have to collect dues from, depending on how much their dues are, just to pay that hosting?
Yeah.
I mean, my chapter charges $12 a year for dues, but that's because we still mail out a printed newsletter.
Dang.
Yeah, I mean ours is largely time, right? Because we buy and sell merchandise,
right?
And that's how we primarily raise money. So our chapter runs out of that money that we create, right?
Right, exactly. But I mean, it'd be a lot less for you, that you had to shell out.
I did not negotiate our last deal.
Oh no, I'm not saying it right now. What I'm just saying is the idea, gives people the chance to have a much cheaper option. And my one hosting package is, $10 a year. And that just basically is my time to put it up for them,
Right.
So, I mean, if they just want a static, like HTML page with no thrills or whatever, $10 a year, no advertisement, nothing, I don't even have them, put a link to Space Dock on it. I appreciate it if they do. I don't put banners at the bottom to advertise Space Dock or anything, but it's just $10 a year, and that's the cheapest plan. So, and they go up by 5s to 25 is the highest.
All right, guys.
Yeah, we got to cut it. Kevin, I'll get with you later
Okay.
about that.
Yep.
All right. Well, you guys all have fun. Next weekend, I'm at a con, so.
I think Richard will remember Dave Allen.
Get picked.
As Dave Allen used to say, good night, good luck, and may your God go with you.
Yep.
Take
Night,
lots
guys.
of pictures for the next show.
Yeah.
We'll
Yep.
try.
Hey,
I'll
John,
leave that live.
talk to me in IM real quick.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you all later.
All right, later.
All right.